Okay, hey team. So now we want to take our first step into actually viewing the project tasks into our backlog. So for this, we're going to use, first of all, we need to take out our project task list from our props. So basically we're going to do const project tasks, which is exactly what we saw on the state of our application. And just so you don't have to take my word for it, I do want you guys to be completely aware of everything that we're doing here, because that will send you on your way to creating your own apps. All right, so basically when we come to the project board, if we come, remember it's just a dummy task. It's like hard coded there. It's not dynamic. So basically what we want to extract is from the state, we want to go to backlog and then to project tasks. All right, so that's why we're destructuring this way. We're taking the project tasks from this.props.backlog, which basically happens when we map our state to our props, right? And then we have this prop here, and then we can now use it. Cool. So now that we have that in place, then we're going to use props, and we're going to pass the project tasks props to our backlog item. And I'm sure you remember this as well. Basically, we're going to name it just the same, although you can give it any names. And then we're going to pass in as props the list of project tasks. All right, so that's good. Now we need to go to our backlog. And again, right now we're just wiring up we're wiring this up in a very simple way. Okay, so now we need to also extract our project task from our backlog props, which we just passed from the project board. Okay, project tasks. And remember, we are extracting this here that contains this data. All right, so if I call this 1 or A, then this has to be A. All right, I just want that to be very clear. All right, and you know what? I really want this to be clear. So project task prop, I'm gonna call it project task prop, so there's no confusion, because I remember when I was learning this thing, I was mighty confused at first, and this is not gonna happen to you under my watch, or at least not intentionally. If I confuse you, it's gonna be by mistake, I promise. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm gonna call it const tasks, right? And I'm going to iterate through that list, project task prop map. And this is how we're gonna do this, okay? Actually, let me just get rid of this here. All right, but we're gonna put it here, okay? So actually insert task here, because it's really easy to lose track of that one. Okay, so we're gonna map through the prop that we're passing, and we're gonna extract the project task. We're gonna extract a project task, arrow function here, and then we're gonna call, this is where we're gonna call the project task component, and then the key, just like we did before, is going to be the project task.id, which is the key, the ID from the database, and then the project task is literally going to be the project task. And again, it is the same logic. We're passing this as a prop. Okay. So with that in place, now we could go here and just put this into in curly braces tasks. But again, we're not done. We still have to go to the project task components and extract that prop as well. But a change that you're going to see right away is going to be that now we have at least the same amount of project task here, right? So for test 1 we have 2, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then for the other project, I think we have 2. Let me see. See, I have 2, so it's 1 and 2. So now it's starting to be dynamic, although we're not displaying the right data, obviously. So we're gonna take care of that right now. Okay, and we're just gonna come here to our card, and we're gonna start making things look nice. So here in the ID, oh, by the way, and I know that some of you were like, hey, hold on, don't skip steps. Const project task, which is the prop that we're passing. Project task 1, as in singular. This is the props, okay, which is, we need to extract that so we can start using it, right? And then we're just gonna come here, and this is going to be curly braces, you know, project task, project sequence, curly braces again, project underscore task. And before we move before we go any further, let's just make sure that this is already working. Okay, perfect. So refact 1, refact 2, good. And then if we come one here, 3, 1, and 4, good. All right, so that's good. All right, so then that means that we can keep on extracting this here, although the priority is not coming out. Why is that? Oh, I remember why. Don't worry about this, guys, for now. I should just come here and see the priority. Don't worry about it. I want this to be priority high, priority low, priority medium. We're still ways to go here, but we're making good progress. So just bear with me, all right? This is all gonna be all taken care of. And I actually, this is really good that I left this here, because now I just have to wrap it in curly braces. This I just have to wrap in curly braces as well. We should work right out of the box. Actually, I should have done this for all the HTML for this course, and it would have saved us some time. But then you wouldn't learned anything. So actually, I'm kind of glad that you know, some of these things I didn't do right away. Okay, perfect. So now we should have all the information on our project tasks, and this is actually really good. This is actually really good. Look, right? Update code test, whatever, and I challenge you to go to your database and compare. Right? I'm not gonna do that, but you know, just like a quick smoke test, I see things that are familiar. So this is good. Okay, perfect. All right, so we are seeing that. We're seeing everything that we want to see right now, and this is really good. Now on the next lecture, now that we have this in place, let me decide what we want to do in the next lecture, because there are many routes that we can take. And I think what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start organizing the project tasks in the columns. Okay, if it's in progress, it should be here. If it's done, it should be here. So I'm going to start organizing. Why don't we do that? Yeah, let's organize this, and then let's also assign color codes to the statuses. Yeah, I think that will be a good way to move forward, and then we'll take care of the project board. All right, see you later.